Hello everybody and welcome to a new Let's Play of Rome 2 with the mod Divide et Impera, and we've got a number of factions to choose from. This mod is one which is highly recommended, but I myself haven't played too much of. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the Romans, and with the Romans we've got three potential factions, and having had a quick look before starting this video, we're going to go with the Patrici, the patricians, and originally a ruling class of families in ancient Rome. Patricians were historically afforded more privileges than the plebeians, the plebs. At the beginning of the Republic, patricians were better represented in the Roman assemblies. Only patricians could hold political offices, and all priesthoods were closed to non-patricians. There was a belief that the patricians communicated better with the Roman gods, so they alone could perform the sacred rites and take the auspices. I'm going to go on normal difficulty because that's what's recommended by the mod to keep everything balanced, and let's get into it. And yeah, I mean, we're playing as Rome. Rome could be perhaps a little bit easy to anybody experienced with this mod, but for me, as I say, I've played a lot of Rome 2, I've played a lot of mods for Rome 2, but Divide et Impera is one that I really haven't given enough time to. And some of you may have seen the Let's Play I'm doing of Three Kingdoms Total War, particularly the Radius mod, and whilst the Radius mod tries to sort of cure some of the problems with the battles in that game, the battles are still pretty quick, and whilst playing it I was having a sort of a longing for something a little bit more thoughtful, slower paced, and more of a challenge on the campaign map. So maybe I won't get that challenge playing as the powerhouse that was the early Roman Republic, but it's a stepping stone really, and for me, once we've significantly got into this campaign, we can always switch then to maybe more difficult factions, maybe some of the Greeks, perhaps Carthage, and we're kind of tempted to play as Massalia as well, sort of a Greco sort of Celtic faction in the North Mediterranean, potentially sandwiched between the Gauls, Roman, and Iberia. So let's have a look. So we've recently defeated the other Italian powers and their local Celtic allies. After forcing the city-states to become allies of Roma, the influence of our great city now stretches into central and northern Italia. However, a new foe has rallied to the cause of the Greek city-states of southern Italia. Epirus of Epirus stands ready to hold back, or Epirus stands ready to hold back Roma from domination over the peninsula. In Sicily, Syracuse and Carthage wage their own war for territory. So conflict with them is inevitable if you wish to expand across the Mediterranean. Otherwise they may prove useful allies against the Greeks to the east or the Gaulish tribes to the north. Come what may, Rome will triumph. Okay, so our first objective is to completely control three provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. So Rome 2 has this system where you've got kind of these provinces and a number of towns within those provinces. Obviously, Three Kingdoms has that as well. I do love the mod 1212, the medieval mod for Attila, where it gets rid of that and reverts it back to one province, one city. But anyway, let's not dwell on those. So let's first of all have a quick look at diplomacy. So the Republic is at war with Epirus of Epirus, or Pyrrhus, who gives his name, of course, to the Pyrrhic victory, a victory not being worth achieving. Now then, so we've got a lot of people who are unhappy with us, but not yet at war. Etruria, home of the Etruscans, who were previously the kings of Rome. Um, maybe these guys will. I'm just trying to see whether we can
Let me hear your talk. I warn you.
initiate any trade agreements. Yes, good. Okay, so trade there.
The name of our
Just to obviously try to increase our income. This is Massalia, who I was on about at the start of this video. Will they trade?
Open the doors to you and bid you enjoy our talk.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Good. So
Excellent.
that might start to, and I think it already has started to improve relations. And Syracuse, who may, they're minus 59 because of our war with Epirus. Is there anybody who might hate Epirus? I just think with the De Rosi, they're not going to be happy with the fact that we're trading potentially with one of their neighbours, Liguria. Well, look, let's try. Can we?
Speed.
No.
Come on.
Okay, so we've established ourselves some more trade. Our positive balance is 3,000 a go, and got a healthy bank balance. Really, what we need to be doing is dealing with Epirus, who's in Italy. Let's move our spy.
Is there nothing else? Swift and
See what we can
as a
see.
shadow.
So the Cyclops Slayers, elephants. Epirus did famously bring mercenary elephants to Italy to terrify the Romans. And so we've got our second legion here with Hastati, Principe, and allied Triarii. How are we looking at this one? This is our first legion with Triarii. These must be Roman. Principe and Hastati. Okay, so let's have a look at upgrading. Well, no. Let's make sure we've got enough money for troops first. What can we do in terms of recruitment? Not too exciting, is it, at this stage? Is that because we're not actually in the Roman province? We've come south to Beneventum. Yeah, so maybe we pull our first legion back. Will that then give us some more? Right, okay, so really this is what I was looking for, because I want to build up the core of the Roman army surrounding the infantry formations. So Hastati, these are the front rank units, and you can see the manpower cost there. Manpower is something which is introduced by this mod. It's going to cost 200 plebs, the plebs being kind of the ordinary people, and the Hastati were drawn from the lower classes. Generally, they couldn't afford their own horses, their own heavy armour. The early Republican army was very much based on the sort of social standing and structure of the state. So I want 3. Okay, well, we'll leave that for now. Basically, I want to build up these ideally into 4 Hastati, 4 Principe, and then we'll build the rest of the army around that. Now, this unit isn't going to have the same options, but do we have any allied infantry we can rely on? So, Camillian Levy slingers, Sicilian slingers, Levy javelin men, reserve maniples, Roarii, and Italian. Ooh, they're not going to hold up against the crack troops of Epirus.
We hunger for battle.
Let's whilst they're not going to hold up. Yeah, in this mod, actually having your troops garrisoned inside the city reduces public order.
At your command.
I think that's to simulate, the bored soldiers causing mischief. So let's go with some Roari, to at least bolster the ranks of this force. Technology. Where should we go? So we've got military options, and at the moment no civilian options other than the first. One. So we've already got a workshop. Tactics. Better morale. Plus 5% morale. More upkeep. More ammunition. Let's invest in our future and try and unlock the rest of the civic options. So that, I believe, I will just
Ready for orders.
check. That's our military recruitment done. Let's use our governor to improve the administration of Rome, and then within the imperial city, not imperial yet. Let's have a look. So we can upgrade the sort of capital building, and that will cost more food. So how are we doing on the food? So 0. Okay, we need to think about that. Upgrading Asculum, upgrading the fishing village there will give us more fish and more fish. More food and more fish, so we can trade out the fish. And what about the salt? So salt takes up food, so we won't do anything there for the moment. Down in the south here, obviously there's potential for us to lose this settlement, I think, unless Epirus comes north. But we can gain more food if we can successfully upgrade. And that was at Beneventum, which, well, we don't have capacity to protect it at the moment, but we may do in the future. Costentia. Let's all of these settlements are going to cost us food, which I'm just a little bit nervous about at the moment. The last thing we want is food riots. Up at Beneventum, is there anything we can do? Yeah, maybe let's have a villas, and the rich patricians of Rome can come out during the hot summers down to their villas. Now then, fishing port would be, yeah, so we've already got a trading port here. A fishing one would certainly help to ease our food problems, plus 5 food. But we're going to need to be able to create warships if we're going to take on the likes of Carthage. And I think we need to go down that route particularly because we need to protect the Adriatic from all sorts of potential invading fleets. So yeah, we're actually going to go down the military route here. In Rome herself, we obviously decided not to upgrade the central kind of plaza. This delicatessen would provide food, but I think we've, well, I hope we've made some decent moves in that direction. I'm wondering, look, we don't need to upgrade everything this turn. Yeah, let's leave some money. Let's leave some money in our coffers so that we can make sure that we are able to increase the ranks of this force. Now then, this faction tab. So our faction leader and family leader is Quintus Papus, and
We hunger for battle.
where is he? So he's in Rome, so we haven't actually assigned him to any army at the moment. It might be something that we want to do. So he's got a watch goose and is not married. So his traits is a sociopath. Now then, could we? Doesn't seem like we've got many options available to us, unfortunately. Let's leave that for now and see whether we get more options open up. Trade and finance, we'll leave. We won't fiddle with anything for the moment. We've secured a bit of trade, and for now we have a positive balance. We've looked at diplomacy. Okay, let's end our first turn here. Just saw Carthage have their first turn. They're a very interesting faction to play as because they've got a lot going for them, in particular their navy, but they've got so many threats, so many problems to deal with, and this mod better models the difficulty they had in relying on mercenary troops. Excuse me while I just have a slurp of tea. And Carthage has chosen to go to war against Syracuse. It's not really something I want to get too involved in at this stage. However, they've allied themselves with Epirus, probably because of their historic concerns of either being absorbed by Carthage or Rome. But maybe now that they're at war with Carthage,
Well,
they will. No, they're not.
there will
Not going to be our friends. Okay, so we may, as historically happened, have to send our legions, historically under Marcellus, to try and besiege the city and conquer it. So we've got our increased ranks of Hastati, then the Principes. I want one more, just so we can get that proper triple axis formation. And the question is, what do we do in terms of our missile forces? I think we'll get some slingers and some levies. And for this force we'll We'll increase our spear units. We'll get some slingers, and well, that's all we can do down here for the moment. Don't hold out high hopes for this force, but we've still got a positive balance. It's gone down dramatically because we've
Commander,
obviously recruited a number of units. We've finally got some positive public order in Rome, or the Roman province, and still negative here, better than it was.
How can I
Let's
be of
just move our
assistance?
spy a bit further
As you
down so that we
command.
can see. They're recruiting as well, mustering forces. That's no surprise. And whilst I'm tempted by the delicatessen because of particularly because the extra food, more wealth, but I'm just wondering whether we're going to need that amphitheatre later on to deal with public order issues. So let's have a look to see what our other options are within the city of Rome. Now, the fields of Mars. Well, we can already recruit kind of our basic troops because of Rome's sort of historical influence. Italian immigrants. So we can settle more people, costs us food, more growth. It costs to dismantle because they're not going to be very happy being evicted or prevented from settling. What's our sanitation like? Well, our sanitation is non-existent. Consecrated ground. It might help eventually with. No, it opens up all of these options now. A shrine to Mars to improve the experience for our infantry units, as well as public order and sanitation. Yeah, the shrine of Jupiter, Jupiter Optimus Maximus, I think, as it was, Jupiter the greatest and the best. But I quite like that shrine to Mars workshop. Well, this will eventually give us, or does give us immediately, siege weaponry, which is always tempting, always tempting. More wealth, so many options, so many options. What we'll do is we will go for that consecrated ground. And let's end this turn. I'm trying not to build too many buildings at once because I'm not very familiar with the ins and outs of this mod, and I want to basically see how our economy develops, and then I can build buildings. Well, I'll still have building options available to counter anything I might screw up. So if we lack food, I might be able to build food production buildings. If we tank our economy, I might be able to build wealth creating buildings. And okay, so our agent's been discovered. Not too concerned about that. We've had the villa complete, so we're bringing in food here at least. 10 food now. Lots of recruitment. And yeah, the enemy have Epirus have their agents down here. How's their army coming along? Greek slingers. Yeah, lots of sort of mercenary
ready for orders.
forces. Now then, what mercenaries have we got? Etruscan mercenaries. Samnites hired riders. Very, very expensive, but our cavalry options, obviously being the Romans, are pretty limited. And yeah, these equites are expensive and eat into our patrici manpower, which is pretty limited. But we do need some cavalry, so we'll go
It's
with
a good life.
them. I want more javelin units. We'll go fairly heavy on the missile front, and one more Hastati. A little bit annoying. I tell you what, we'll leave the infantry for now. We will go with the missile units.
Commander.
I'm just a bit concerned about this army, whether I'm sort of building it up for failure, because it has not got the best troops. But let's
Are you ready to serve Rome?
let's increase his ranks anyway. Anything else we want to do? Maybe perhaps we should. No, we're down to 4,000 and our income's only 1,300. Let's let things progress. There's no need to rush. This is a much slower paced game, is my impression. More thinking needed potentially, but let's not prejudge things. Okay, yeah, hidden agents exposed. War declared. Okay, so between the Venti and the Darosi, let's just have a look. So between these guys and these guys, I don't think that should concern us for the moment. Though we're not trading with the Venti, neither the Rosi. So the Venti would actually they might be amenable to some trade.
The gods will have me listen to you, but do not pass the day in words with.
No, the funds would have helped them in their war. Oh well. And let's finally complete this this army, this First Legion, with another 2 units of heavy infantry. This force down here, I'm just going to leave it as that now, and let's have a look at what else can be built in Ascalon. So, fishing boats, which would get us 10 fish to trade. The sort of the main village settlement gets us 25. Let's right click and see what the building tree shows us. So we could go down the fishery route and get lots more fish, some food at the expense of public order and squalor, or we can go down the sort of fish market, fish trader, fishmonger route, and that gets us more sort of raw wealth. So you get wealth either just directly from the building or from the trade. That's an interesting one. Italian immigrants, yeah, so we've looked at that before. Workshop, Fields of Mars. I mean, eventually it will it will allow us to get these barracks, which we're definitely going to want at some point. I just wonder whether we need them right now. Yeah, let's start planning our military infrastructure, and we're at half an hour there, guys. So I'll leave that there. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you'll rejoin me as we carry on this Let's Play through Divide Imperia mod for Rome 2. Thanks very much.